Perfect. Let's start coding the Python questions of week 4. What we need to do, we need to move to our D2L and we need to go to the table of contents, week 4 lab, and lab for the week 4 coding questions. So one more time, this is for the week 4 of the course called Comp 21 52 open source development. Perfect. Okay, so what we need here from this coding questions is we need to first go to the end of the file, and there will be this file structure. So let's grab all of the code here, and then I will open my Visual Studio Code. So my VS Code is here. I just need to create a new Windows. Okay, perfect. And let's change the font size so it would be visible, and the font would be more appropriate for all the students. So let's open the main directory of the project we have together. We need to create the new folder, but what is important here, see, we are in the master, and master is update with all the code we had from week 3. So a new folder named week 4. Inside my week 4, I will create a new file called lab04.py, and here I will paste the coding structure. The structure is not something complex to understand, just a simple placeholders and comments. First thing first we need to do is put our names. So mine, for example, is this, and today, as you can see on the top bar of my screen, is February 5, 2026. Very good. Now we need to, if you look at this part of the file, you see the placeholders for each location and just a few explanation of each questions. Let's get back to the D2L and let's go to the first question, which is the robot return to origin. So if you go down, you will see this starter code for the question 1. Let's grab the starter code. I don't think we need the comment, we just need this part. You can copy the comment as well. I won't, because I need my space, so you guys can have a better understanding of what I'm doing inside my functions and when I'm doing and writing my solutions. So what it talks, the question is asking us and explaining for us, this is related to a robot which will starting from a position 0 and 0. Previous week we did one question related to tuples and with about a grid. So this is a 2D grid, so means that we have x coordinates and y. So given a sequence of movements, for example up, down, left, and right, the robot can move on that 2D grid. This is important for us to check if the robot at the end is at the origin location, which is 0 and 0, 0 for x and 0 for y. These are our movements. Up will be y plus 1, down will be y minus 1 on the y coordinates, and let me check something here. Okay, perfect. And the right and left as well. So for the right and left, these are on the x-axis will be x minus 1 for the left and x plus 1 for the right. So let's see the instruction. Create a function called robot returns to origin that takes a moves moves a string as parameter, and inside the function we will initialize the starting location, starting position 0 and 0 excuse me. And then what else we need to do? So it's basically giving us everything we need. And if you see here in the starter code, we have that part as well. We need to use a for loop to iterate through each characters in the moves string to see where we will land it. So then we need to use if statements to update x and y based on the moves, and then we'll return true if both of the x and y are 0. Otherwise we'll return false because we are in another location on the 2D grid. Then we need to test our function and we need to see this expected output. Let's move to our VS Code and let's start coding this question. So we have everything we needed. We are just required to code this part. I will remove this to do comments in a few minutes. So first thing first I need to do is, we know that we are receiving moves here as a parameter for this function. So what I need to do, I need to iterate over this string called moves. Okay. So how I need to do that? Through for loop. But I want to iterate over all the single movements. For example, we have this one, up and down. Up and down means that we are at the origin, right? So what I will say is, for all the moves, so this move variable will be temporary create for this for loop. So I will say for move, in the moves string, do the following. If the move, if any single string was equal to string of capital U, then what we need to do, as we had in the question, we need to add 1 to the y. So let's do that. Let's actually what's happening, let's grab it from the question itself. So what we need is this, and then we need to code the second condition. What's the second condition? If the move was about going down, so capital D, we need to deduct 1 from y. So this would be the code for that. Another elif, this one is for the right. So if the move was equal to R, we need to add 1. I don't need the parentheses here. And also we need to say y is equal y plus 1 and y is equal to minus 1. The other thing is good to talk about is that we could say y plus equal 1 like this, or we could say y is minus equal 1. Okay, this is more simplified version of the code. I'm using that because we are in early weeks of the semester and we just start our journey with the Python language. Next, as we said, is the x. So x should be equal to x plus 1, or in another word, x plus equal to number 1. Otherwise, if it was, so elif, on the other hand, if the move was equal to capital L means that we want to go to the left. The only thing will be changed here is this -1 here. So -1. We have all of our conditions for up, down, right, and left. So what we need to do here, at the same indentation of the for, we need to return our x and y. So if x is equal to 0 and y equal to 0, so both of these two conditions should be true, and then if both of these two are true, the whole statement will be true. Otherwise, if one of them is false or both of them are false, the return will be false. So we did code the first one, so I don't need the first to do. For the second one, we need to return. So again, we did the return as well, so we don't need to have the second to do as well. So we code the for and logic through if statement, and the return is also here. Let's save the code and let's go to the terminal. Let me close the welcome message, and let's say, remember, if you're using Python, let me write Python 3. So you can just say alias Python is equal to Python version 3 with double quotation. This is only for Mac users, so from now on you can call Python with just writing Python itself. Very good. So now I can say Python vic for lab 04. You will see we got true because up down we are at the origin, LL we are not at the origin, so false. Up down left right we are at the origin, and last one we are not at the origin. If you go to the question, we'll double check the expected output. You'll see, let me just change it a bit. So true, false, true, false. Great. What's the next question? To sum. So we have given a list of numbers and a target value. We need to find two numbers that add up the target. Then we will return their indices, the position in the list. Very well. How we are going to do that? We are going to do that through nested loop, which is a bad example, but very simple and easy to understand. And we are going to code the optimized and well structured solution through the use of dictionary. Okay, and at the end we need to test and compare these two solutions. So like always, there should be starter code for the question 2. Let's grab all of it. You see there are some tests for the question 2. Okay, let's replace that here. Okay, we are going to code our logic here. So as we said, this is using the brute force with the nested loops. This is not an optimized version of the code, but this is a simple one. We are creating an outer loop through each number in the list. So for example, let's see this list here, and let's go to the I put my iPad here so we could talk about the grid for the previous question. It's good to one more time talk about that. We had this 2D grid, so this one is related to Y movements, and this is for the X coordinates. So this is a 2D grid, and let's say each cell you see here is the location our robot can go. It will start from here, which has this 0 and 0. location. So it can go to the right, so it will be x. This one, for example, will be x plus 1. This one here will be x minus 1. This one here will be y plus 1, and let's say the one here will be y minus 1. So if we go up and then we are going down, so we will be at this 0. So up and down 0, right and left 0. That means that we are at the correct location. This is for the question 1. Now let's talk about the question 2. Q2. Okay, so what we had for our list, for example, let me move this here so I can have a look to the list we have. For example, we have the first list of 2, 7, 11, and 15, and the target is 9. So T is 9. We need 2 numbers from this list. I can sum up together to have number 9. We know that those 2 numbers are 2 plus 7, which will be 9. What we need here is the index of these 2 numbers, 0 and 1. So we need to print that. For the other list we had, there were 3, 2, and 4 in our list, and the target was 6. So we know that 2 and 4 is the solution. So the indices we need are 1 and 2. For the third one, 3 and 3, and target is 6. So 0 and 1 is the answer. It's really easy and really fun to code. So let's move to the VS Code to complete the code. So first I'm going to say, for example, since there are numbers, I can say for n, so this is again a temporary variable, and in range of the length of the numbers, okay, wrong location for the column, here is good. So here what we did, we create our outer loop. So we will go through each numbers and we extract the first number, which was, in this case, it was number 2. So I need the second number, which will be sum up with this number to be reaching the target, which is 9. So here I will say one more loop. So for m in the range of the, I need to change my index from 0 to 1. So what I say here is n plus 1. And what else? So first location is there and the rest is the same. So length of the numbers. Very good. So this is the second iteration to find the second number. Now we will create an if statement to see if the number which is at the location n and the number at the location of m, if I add them together, will we have the target? So okay, target will be given to us here. So if we have it, so if this is true, we will return the n and m. Perfect. Otherwise, what we'll do, we will return nothing because we couldn't find them. So let's return none. So what happened here, we will first take the first number, then take the second number, add them together. If it was target, it's good. If it's not, for the second number, for example, I will go to the 11. If it was correct, I will go, it's good, I will return them. If it was not good, I will go to the next number in my list. So as we said, there is brute force and nested loop, which are very expensive in resource perspective. So it's not an optimized version of the code. What we need to do, what is the more optimized version of the solution is to using a dictionary. So the dictionary will be used to store all the numbers with their indices. So let's start coding the second solution. Again, we need to do a for loop, but this time not brute forcing all the numbers. So let's first go through the range of the numbers and find each number in the list. So n for all the n's in the range of the length of the numbers. Okay, what we'll do here, let me show the second approach. So what we are doing here, we had this list of 2, 7, 11, and 15. And we had a target of 9. We know that. So what we are going to do, we are going to take the target and we are going to deduct the first number in the list. So 9 minus 2 will be 7. We need to find 7 in the rest of the list. If we had that, it will be perfect. Otherwise, we will move to the next number. So 2, 7. For our case, this is good. But let's say if we had another list, which is the third list or last list, which is 1, 5, 3, 8, 2, and the target is 10. So what we need to do, first we are going to take 10 minus 1. We need to find number 9. So do I have number 9? We'll do the iteration and we will then find them. 10 minus 5, we need to find number 5. What else? 10 minus 3, we need to find number 7. We are going through whole list to find the second number, which is number 7. And we'll do 10 minus 8, which is number 2, and then in the next iteration, because we are going to find the number 2 here, we have it here. So 8 plus 2 is equal 10, and that's good. One loop would be enough. So let's go and complete the solution. So let's do the logic. We will create a variable needed. This variable will be number we need. So target minus the n, or the number we have in the location of number, okay, at the location of, let's use I here because we are talking about the indexes. So indices here, so okay, yeah, here we are again talking about the indices, so I'm going to use I as well here. Okay, now it's more appropriate. So I index of that number, we need to find that and deduct from the target. So first number, second number. Okay, it's good. So needed. So for example, in this case, 10 minus 8 will be number 2. Number 2 will be the number or the index for that number. We are going to find that index for that number 2. So we have it here. What else we are going to do is we are going to create an if statement if needed was inside the dictionary, the key value pairs we created. We didn't put anything inside of that, but we are going to check the created dictionary. So scene, if it was inside the scene, we are going to return the scene and we are going to return the needed and the I. Okay, remember what we need to return is the indices of those two numbers, not the actual number. So indices are enough for us. What else I need to do is at the same level of if I need to, so otherwise I need to update the scene for those numbers we already seen them. So numbers and the index. Okay, so with the value of I. Very good. So what else? Otherwise, if we couldn't find them, there might be a case, for example, let's create one here which will fail. Let's say 8. It would return none. Let's run this one and see if it's working. So for the first part, see, this returns none, means that we couldn't find that. This is the brute force. This one could find the index 1 and index 0. For the second one is the index 1 and index 2, index 0 and index 1, index 3 and index 4. Perfect. The optimized version is also here. For the first one, none, and the rest exactly the same thing. Let's see the expected output: 0, 1, 1, 2, 0, 1, 3, and 4. Remember, this one was extra. I just wanted to show you what will happen if we have a test case which will fail. So we couldn't find that, so we'll return. Actually, it should return. Why it's not there? So it should return none. Okay, everything seems to be fine. Okay, perfect. Now let's move to the third question. What's the third question? Shuffle the array. We are going to use list slicing with loops. This is a super easy question. Let's grab the starter code, replace it with the placeholder. The only thing we need to change is this part. So I think I got the wrong starter code. Oh no, it's correct. Okay, it's correct. Okay. So what we need to do, we have everything here. So how to slice. So how to provide the first half. So the list, column, number. And the second half is the list, number, and then column. We need to, our work is here. I had to remove this part, but I gave that in the question. That was That was not intentional, but I provide the solution for slicing there. Okay, that's not a big problem, but the main logic is here. So we have the result. We need to code our solution here. What we need to do a for loop. So for all the numbers inside the range of the n, so the given number. So one more time, we have a list. So let's go through this whiteboard like thing we have here. Let's say we have a list of 2, 5, 1, 3, 4, 7, and we are given a number which is number 3. So this is our n and this is our nums or numbers. Okay, what we are going to do is we are going to divide the list and slice the list based on the value were given to us. So first half and second half. How we are going to do that? We are going to do it from the first half logic here and second half logic here. Let me write them down here. So first half will be nums column n, and second half will be nums n column. So for our list here, we will have the 2, 5, 1 first half, and for the second half we'll have the 3, 4, and 7. So let's see if that was correct. Yes, 2, 5, 1 and 3, 4, 7. So let's go and complete the logic for I in the range of the n. Why I'm receiving this error? Okay, what I need to do is I need to add to my result, the result we create, the list we create before. We are going to use append. Oh, for I inside the range. Okay, append. So what I'm going to add, this is for the first half of the number I, or the index of that number were given to us. And the second half is exactly the same thing, just here should be second half. Okay, perfect. Okay, that's it for the question 3. Super easy, just the slicing. Yes, so let's run this one. I don't think there will be any other thing for the slicing. Let's try the question 3. Let me see if I have a print a statement showing the, let's say, print equal sign multiply by 50, for example. Let's run it one more time. It might be just a bit better. Okay, from here. So this was the original list, and the number given was 3, so first half and second half. Remember, the number 3 was excluded from the first half and was included in the second half. The same thing for the next list, number 4. The first, because we have 2, okay, this will be the first half and this will be the second half. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is there are even numbers, so 8 numbers here, and 4 is duplicated. So because of that, you will see 4 at the first half and second half. Here again, 1 and 1, 2 and 2. So the number is 2. So 1 and 1, 2 and 2. Very well. What's the last question? Last question is first unique character inside a dictionary. For example, they will give us sets of strings, and we need to see how many characters, for example, or how many E's we have inside the LeetCode. That would be number 3. So 3 E's, and the rest are 1. Love LeetCode will have 2 L, 2 O's, 1 V, 4 E, and the rest you see here. It's super easy. Let's grab the starting code and go back to the VS Code, replace with the placeholder. So what I need to do is I need to start here. We'll have 2 functions. One is counting the characters. Second one is finding the unique character. So counting the characters are we did similar things. So I will say for a character in the string of S, what I need to do is I need to check the character. If character was inside the count, then add 1 to that character. For example, first E and second E and third E. So each time it will be adding 1 to the character E. So let's say character and plus equal 1, or we can say it's equal to this plus 1. But you know that this is more clear way of doing this code, more readable. So we are going to add 1 to the character. Otherwise, we will set the counter to just number 1. Okay, number 1. Perfect. We'll return the counts here. So this count will be updated at the end. Now to find the unique characters. I don't need the comments here because I want to have it more readable. You can keep the comments in your submissions. Now to find the unique character, again we need to do another for loop. So let's iterate over the range of the length of the string. So for I, here we need to talk about the indices. For I, in the range of the length of the string S. So what we need to do first, we need to find the character which is equal to 1. So that means that that character is a unique one. So if the character counts of that string and the location of I is equal to 1, return I, sorry, as the unique character. That's it. This is a unique character. And what else we need to do? Let's see. This should be a double equal. Very good. I think it's good. I might have some error, but it's good. Let's run the code. And again, let's add this print statement. So we'll have an indicator of where we are starting the solution for question 4. This is that location. So we have 1L, 3 E's, 1 T, 1 C, 1 O, 1 D. Very good. First unique character is L. Let me see the test. Okay. Yeah, first unique character in the LeetCode is at the index 0, and the character itself is L, and the rest are here. The rest are exactly fine. I will create another video about this structure of the assignment and how should you do the assignment, the Git part, the Python part, all of it. So please stay tuned for that one. Like always, if you have any question, you are more than welcome to share your questions with me through the lab, through email, or any other communication way. All the channels of communication we have. That was good. All the questions, all the 4 questions are coded. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to git add dot git commit -m add week 04 and then git push, and here if I go to the lab, not this one, I think this one, repositories, I'll show you to you on the other screen right now. So you see, just right now this week 4 has been added and it has all the solutions we went through. What I need from you is this link to the repository. So for the submission, you need to have the link and just one screenshot of your terminal, which you have the git add, git commit, and git push. I hope next week we can go through the branching and merging the branches, but for now we are not required for that. So let me show you what you need to submit for your submission. You need to provide me a screenshot like this and the repository to your user. Instead of access, put your username and link and this screenshot. That's it for the submission. I hope it was clean and clear instruction. If there is any confusion, I'm open and flexible to all of your feedbacks. Don't hesitate to share them with me. See you in the lab.